Last summer I did a video on a slushie machine that holds 8 gallons, has 2 tanks on it, 4 gallons per tank, and I love the thing. It works great, but guess what? I've only used it twice, and here's why. There is a minimum fill line on these tanks, which is somewhere around, I want to say 3 gallons. So you got to have at least 3 gallons to even use the thing. And the issue I have is we're not going to drink all that, whether it's alcoholic or non-alcoholic. It's just way more. So what it's perfect for is party situations, big gatherings, birthdays, whatever. Now I'm going to show you a little unit I just got in that is perfect for me and her. You can do 1 serving, 2. I think it'll do up to 6 servings. It's really a good family size. And I love the other one. I've got a purpose for it, and that's a little later down the road, but this one, we're going to use it a lot. Let me show it to you. Let me introduce you to the EcoViva. Now, I don't know how this is coming off on video, but it's way smaller than that big one I have. And it's just perfect. Look at the small tank, the small drum, everything about it. Now it's got some water droplets because we just washed everything, getting ready to put this thing to work for the very first time. And there ain't a whole lot to show. This black part right here, that is your controller, and you can turn it on right there. But as you can see, you got slushy settings, frappe settings, milkshake. That's the one that's currently blinking. Spiked slushy, wine, just all kind of things. And it does come with the owner's manual. Half of that manual is just recipes. And this thing is super easy to take apart. You have this lever here. You pick up on it. That allows you to pull the whole thing to you. Just like that, auger and all. So to clean it up is going to be a piece of cake. It's got a thick rubber gasket around the back of it. That thing feels like silicone, which is going to give it a great seal. There's not a lot of parts to this. This right here is a condensation pan. You'll remove that in between uses and clean it. Pops in. And this is just a little overfill thing. If you drip any, instead of getting on your counter, it'll go into here. That just pops right out. You'll hear it click in like that. Now when you move this, take this off, otherwise it'll just fall off. But it sits in there. It's just that simple, just that easy. Not a whole lot to it. So this is your auger. You have a little hole on this end. That will go through this little piece right here. Just slip it on, turn it to where it goes in. That's it there. Your tank will just slide right over it, push it all the way in, take this lever, push down, and that locks it in place. Just that easy. This is where you will dispense the product. I think I've showed you all I can show you on it, so I'm going to go ahead and get set up, and I'm going to do a as I said earlier, I'm doing a Wendy's Frosty Copycat. Now, I found this recipe on a web page. I think it was called Soccer Mom Blogs. So I'm giving full credit. It's not my recipe, but it looks simple, quick, and easy. And I'm all about simple, quick, and easy. So let me show you how to make that. We're going to pour it in, and we'll soon be eating a Wendy's Frosty Copycat. Like I said, super easy recipe. Got some chocolate milk here, and I need 4 cups in the here. This holds 2 cups, so let's start with 2 cups. Pour that in our pitcher. Now for the last 2 cups, for a total of 4 cups. Oh, look at here. I got enough to make a lot more of these. Now I have 7 ounces of sweetened condensed milk, and I did weigh this with my little digital scale here to make sure it's 7 ounces. Alright, that should be good. Now I've got 1/4 of cocoa, just using this Nestle Toll House. Put that in there. All right, last ingredient, 8 ounces of Cool Whip. That weighs 8 ounces. So this entire container goes into this. Hopefully I'm not blocking this. All right, now what I want to do is take a whisk, and I want to whisk all that in really well. You could use a blender, I suppose, but it's just one more thing to pull out. I'm just going to use a whisk. So here's where you pour the ingredients in. And it has some stickers on here. It's warning you not to put ice in this. And if you look down in here, you can't even get ice in it. All it has is that slot right here. And that's what this liquid will pour through. So I mixed this as good as I could. There's some little bitty pieces of that Cool Whip that's wanting to float to the top, but hopefully it'll incorporate as it's freezing. So here we go. Whoa, easy feller. So you can tell that wasn't, what, about a third of a pitcher total, maybe half. Close to it. But I guarantee you, me and my wife can finish this. And that is at the max fill line. How about that? Alright, so the milkshake is already blinking, so I'm assuming I hit this one. There it goes. It's on the milkshake setting. And we are turning. So I'll bring you back once this is thick enough to pour. All right, one thing I just noticed is that the minimum fill line on this is 16 ounces, which means I could do a single serving, or, you know, depending on what size. If you want a large milkshake, there it is. It can do just that, or it can go all the way up to 64 ounces. Very cool. Alright, so let me explain to you what I've done so far. Not long after starting this on the milkshake setting, probably about 15 minutes into it, even though it's full, I heard a beep, and then I could feel this thing, or see this thing cutting out, the compressor cut out, like it's supposed to. And then down here on this little screen, it said cool. So I went in there and started reading on the owner's manual. And it says when you hear a 3-second beep and it says cool, that it's reached its thickness, desired thickness. And I had this thing maxed out, and it was nowhere close to a thick milkshake. Actually, it was not much thicker than the chocolate milk. Problem is, it wasn't frozen enough. So I'm sitting there thinking, looking through the different settings, I said, what about wine? Because on the book it says wine is actually a high alcohol setting, which means this thing would have to run longer for high alcohol. Now there's no alcohol in this, but I was trying to figure a way, because these are presets. There's no way to go in here and adjust extra time or anything like that. And as you can see, it is getting thick. It is the way it should be. So I'm going to say the company needs to go in there and tweak this milkshake setting. And if I would have confronted them, the first thing they probably would have said, well, you didn't have enough sugar in it. Oh yeah, I got plenty of sugar. I've got I started with 7 ounces of condensed milk, sweetened condensed milk. I went ahead and put another ounce of that in there, so I got 8 ounces, which is well over 150 grams of sugar, plus the Cool Whip itself has got sugar and the chocolate milk. And if it didn't have sugar, it wouldn't be freezing now, is my point. And I'm just letting you know, I'm being brutally honest. People send me this stuff for a review. I'm liking what I'm seeing, but just know that if you're going to make a thick milkshake, use the wine setting. That is like a soft serve ice cream, and that actually is very close to a Wendy's Frosty. Gave my wife one. She says it tastes just like it. So let me see what I think. Alright, let me eat this before it melts. It does. That tastes just like a Wendy's Frosty. Maybe not quite as thick as theirs, but very close. I don't think this machine is designed to get it too thick because of that auger, but this is perfect. Milkshake consistency. All right, I'll finish this in a moment. That's it, guys. That's my review. It works good, works real good. It's just you got to play with the functions, get to know it, you know, like everything else. Next time I do a shake, I might try that setting again. And I do definitely need to complete, you know, read my book. There might be something I'm missing here. So I hope y'all enjoyed it. I'll have a link in the description if you're interested in this one. And until next time, I'm Russ Jones with Smoky Riz Barbecue.